And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And yes, here we are again, another day committed to being your consumer advocate. It's all about helping you understand your buying decisions, making you just a bit more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes, and I want to thank James D. Jerome and our team for filling in while I was gone on vacation. You did a great job, and we appreciate all you out there listening, all of our listeners, radio, TV show family out there. We greatly appreciate everything you do to support the show. But experiencing an uptick in calls lately. People are calling in, wanting to be introduced to our 50-plus show partners. And that's what it's all about. This show is different. We're not going to drag you through the mainstream media, the left versus the right, all that kind of stuff. What we're going to do is talk about practical ways that can help you live a better life. And we're going to enlighten and engage through our hotline numbers. You can reach us at 813-670-7372. Give us a call on the hotline at 813-670-7372. And also consumerqb.com, a plethora of information available for you on our website at consumerqb.com. There you can see links to all of our expert contributors, the finest folks in all of Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region of Florida that we've assembled and we've vetted to help you understand more about your buying decisions, making you just a bit more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, as we say. Let's go around the horn now, make our introductions. We got a new guest making his debut, Brian Gordon. Welcome to the Consumer Quarterback Show Tactical Society. Welcome in.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And my pleasure. And you're a guest of Thomas King. Tell us a little bit about your business.
Yes, I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and I always wanted to start my own business. And I said, what's a better way to do it than get into security, something I've always been involved with anyway.
Nice.
So my company, we provide security, concealed weapon permitting. We also have a licensed trademark gear line as well.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your service, first of all.
Thank you.
You know, and I always talk about RED, remember everyone deployed. Right now, as we're having the freedom to record our show and have fun with the show right here, broadcasting, there's folks overseas. What is it, millions of Americans right now across the world protecting us at different positions in the world.
That's right. Freedom is not free.
That's right. Some pay the ultimate sacrifice. And you're a guest of Thomas King. Thomas King's in the house. He's in Studio B. Thomas, welcome to the show, my friend.
Hey, always a pleasure to be on the show that's been on the air for 7 years now.
That's right.
Wow, you must be doing something right.
7 years,
really
that is right.
Where
man.
does the time go?
It's amazing. I look back to some of the videos and some of the shows, and Braylon, my daughter, was sitting right next to me in the first show, and of course she was a tiny tot there, and now she's going into high school, so that's how it rolls.
Yeah, and how many videos now you have on YouTube?
Over 1,000 videos.
1,000 videos.
Over 1,000 videos on YouTube. So that's what it's really about when you're competing today. And, I always like to talk about marketing as well. We talk a lot about marketing on this show and business and finance, estate and tax planning, so many different areas that we talk about. And, of course, current events and things happening here in Tampa Bay. But marketing is a big part of the real estate business. As you may know, I'm a top 1% real estate agent here in Tampa Bay. My wife, Lindsay, and I own and operate a top 1% real estate team with Keller Realty. PlatinumMVPteam.kw.com. And one of the things we do to help our sellers maximize the exposure and to help us maintain our highest list price to sell price ratio in all of Tampa Bay is what we do is we feature our listings live on air. So I want to let you know, if you're looking for a property in Tampa Bay, 6417 Yvette Drive, this property is up in Hudson Beach. Beautiful property, waterfront home, and it could use some updating if you want that newer style look. This property's turnkey, ready to go, 2 bedrooms. Look at the back balcony and the wonderful access you have to the waterfront. Deep water access, you got a water canal, saltwater canal with deep water access to the Gulf of Mexico. A great buying opportunity right here. 6417 Yvette Drive in Hudson. And also 12208. We have 4 Oaks Road in Tampa Bay. This is an opportunity now for developers. So I'm talking to builders and developers about these opportunities. And actually, behind the scenes, we're actually getting into development opportunities. So we do have some drone photography. We're going to update those for the next show. But we have drone photography now for that property. It's 5 acres right in the heart of Tampa, close to Del Mabry. And it's in the area of Forest Hills, Great buying opportunity, great development opportunity. Check out all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. platinummvpteam.kw.com. And let's give a shout out to Golf Cart Depot, the official golf cart provider of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Golf Cart Depot, they do a great job right here in Tampa Bay. They've got the Easy Go, Star EV, Cushman, Icon electric vehicles, and they have pre-owned and remanufactured as well as new golf carts available from the Golf Cart Depot, and they're going to deliver to you right now. So it's what a better time than to have Marty and his team deliver a golf cart, test drive it at your home or office, and start enjoying that lifestyle. And it's fun that we enjoy our Keller Williams Red golf cart that they provided to us and our family. We get out and have a lot of fun with it and enjoy our time at our lake house right here in Tampa Bay. So it's a great opportunity to have fun and commercial uses as well with those golf carts. So let's jump right into it. Let's go back to Brian. Brian Gordon, again, welcome to the show. Thanks for your service as a Marine. And that experience as a Marine has helped you kind of lead into this business that you have now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I went into the Marine Corps kind of straight out of high school. Tried college out. College didn't work out for me.
Okay, yeah.
Joined the Marine Corps, man, and I'll tell you, I met some amazing people that I'm still friends with today. So definitely love that experience. So shout out to all my Marines, Semper Fi.
Yeah, that's awesome. My dad was an MP, and appreciate all those folks out there again that served with us. And by the way, on the real estate side, we offer a 0.5 point to a 1/4 point discount for anyone involved with military, first responders, teachers, and nurses. That's something
awesome,
we offer
man.
on the real estate
we
side.
We definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, my pleasure. So tell us a little bit about, right now people are Thomas is experiencing record traffic at Florida Firearms Academy.
Yes.
People are buying ammunition. People are buying guns, getting that concealed permit. What are you seeing in your business?
Well, I'll tell you what, man, my phone does not stop ringing.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to all of a sudden want to be in a position to better protect themselves, their loved ones, and family members. So definitely seeing a high influx of people wanting a concealed weapon permit.
Yeah, absolutely. Why is it important, do you think, to get that permit?
Well, I was always taught, man, if you're ready, you don't have to get ready.
Yeah.
So I think with all the things going on in the world today, just people want to be in a better position, man, to be able to take care of themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's one of those things too. I think when you look at the way that we get information, right. Now with the advent of the internet and of course YouTube and where you can access information and videos, and the traditional way was back in the day, you had NBC, CBS, the basic, and then you're kind of spoon fed what the media wants you to see.
Right.
So a lot of times, and we talked with Thomas about this as well, Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show. We've talked to him about, some of the conversations that happen in the gun range or at the Florida Firearms Academy. You're talking about off-duty police officers coming in, telling you stories. This is stuff you don't see on the mainstream media. Can you give us some insights into what you've seen or heard? People, there's a lot more action that happens in terms of people kicking in your door, robbing your house.
Yes.
All kinds of stuff.
Well, on a personal level, I've experienced crime that happened to my brother. My brother was murdered last year in a home invasion. Man. That was honestly one of the hardest things I had to deal with. And it kind of prompted me to really be in a position. I didn't want anybody else to be in a position to feel the way that I did.
Wow.
So I wanted to help others be able to put them in a position to where they could take care of themselves and protect themselves, their family, and again, like their loved ones.
Unbelievable. So your brother was killed
about 1.5 years ago.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Was that in Tampa Bay or
actually in Kissimmee?
In Kissimmee, Florida. So still the same region, Central Florida.
Right.
And home invasion took the life of your brother.
Right.
Wow. Unbelievable. And those kind of stories happen more and more often. Thomas, if your mic's hot, can you chime in on this topic? I mean, those types of stories happen more often than people may think.
Yeah, you hear that all the time, and and what's Brian done too? He's done a lot of charities for this too. So that's why I've always supported Brian in this event as well. And what we all do. He's not my competitor or anything, but right now the DOJ home invasions was at 2 houses every minute in a home invasion. That means this is before COVID. Now after COVID, oh my Lord, New York City, Chicago, even Florida, if you're not stepping up your game, like Brian said, being prepared, you're going to have a problem, because now you're looking at defunding the police departments, which they did $1 billion in New York. I'm going to feel sorry for those people out there. So if you're not ready for anything to defend your family and protect them at all costs, you have to remember you are the first responder.
Yeah, defunding the police and some of the stuff that we're talking about today, it literally sounds like some kind of a science fiction movie or some kind of a bad novel with defunding the police. And I think that's another reason why more and more people, record numbers of people, are leaving states like New York, New Jersey,
and where
California, and they're coming to Florida and
That's
Texas.
right.
That's
Yes.
right. So we're very blessed to be positioned in a position where, we are a top real estate company here in Tampa Bay. So we welcome the people coming down. Now, we also balance that by having conversations with the Congress, or the different folks that we've had, the mayors on the show. We've had all the local mayors. We've had most recently Jack Mariano, Pasco County Commissioner. So we're talking about sustainability, the water supply, the sewer supply. We're having those intelligent conversations right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So we appreciate you hanging out with us. Stay with us. We're going to jump into more about, some of the things that you may not think are happening, talking about coin shortages and how currency is being affected. And a lot of the different things. We're going to have more of a conversation with Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy, Brian Gordon, Tactical Society, as well, here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Plus, our feel-good story of the day, visiting doctor rescues drowning boy at a hotel pool. Stay with us. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Realty. We want to help you in your buying decisions, buying, selling, or investing. We would love to talk to you. We're also growing our team. We've got a team of about a dozen team members as well. So we're looking for great realtors that would like to join a top 1% real estate team here in Tampa Bay. Our office did $630 million in volume last year. So here we are in studio right here in South Tampa, coming broadcasting live from the Consumer Quarterback Show and Salem Media Group right here in South Tampa. Giving a shout out to Replenish IV Solutions, the science of nutritional balance. Say hello to our friends Stephen and Lisa Gunnan over at Replenish IV Solutions. And they're going to hook you up with direct injection into your bloodstream with all the good stuff, all the vitamins, all the minerals, vitamin infusion drips. The most famous is the Myers cocktail. Reach out to Replenish IV Solutions. 3 locations here in Tampa Bay now. And make sure you let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you and take them up on those special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we got a commercial property for sale at 19206 US Highway 19 North in Clearwater. This is a commercial opportunity, perfect opportunity for a 1031 exchange. Somebody that's a high-level business owner, real estate developer might want to look at this. 19206 US Highway 19 North in Clearwater. Great opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. And we got a lot of other vacant land available throughout all of Tampa Bay as well. We got one on Hamlin Road. Let's pull up that Hamlin Road property. 41 acres in Pasco County. Prime opportunity for development, listed at $995,000 on Hamlin Road up in Pasco County. Look at the beautiful nature look there, but it's going to, at some point, we got to start building and developing some of this land here in Tampa Bay, as we talk about with so many different people moving into the Florida. Check out all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. That's platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, let's go back to reintroduce you to our guest. We got Brian Gordon in the house, Tactical Society, and he is right here in Tampa Bay. Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy. I want to go back to Thomas this time. So, Thomas, tell us a little bit what you were talking about. We were talking pre-show interview about some of the currency. What's happening with currency, and what are some of the alternatives?
So the alternatives are crazy, but I've been to a few stores all around Tampa Bay, and it says, due to coin shortage, please have exact change. I don't know if you've seen this anywhere. So if something costs you $3.50 and you give them $4, you're not getting change back. So the other day I went to go get change from the bank. I wanted to get $800 worth. They said, because of the coin shortage, we can give you $52 in change. So I asked them, well, why is there a change shortage? And they had no idea. But it's all because of the COVID and all this stuff is what they're saying, and blah, blah, blah. But this has become like a domino effect. Even down the road, we're going to see things that we don't know how it's going to take effect of, businesses shutting down. So what could be the next thing that goes into shortage? Canned food, bottled water. Of course, right now, ammo and firearms are very, very scarce right now. Common sense will be one of them. Business owners, right now, so many business owners have closed down because of this COVID. So the election's coming up. We got so much going on. What is going to be the next shortage thing that we're going to see? Do you know of anything that would come up next that's going to be really hard? So first it was like
water,
toilet paper.
Water was one thing I would think about right away.
Yeah, bottled water is probably one of them. Like toilet paper, hand sanitizer, cleaning products. Those are all off the shelf. Now they're starting to trickle back in. But going down the road, this is going to be a domino effect of things that we don't even really know what's going to happen. And that's why we have to be prepared for that. You should always be prepared for just about any kind of scenario. Basically, one of them being is, the currency rate right now, printing trillions and trillions of dollars that we don't have. And then the Federal Reserve is buying this all back up as our debt, which is terrifying to me. Being in the stock market, I know it's terrifying. If you tell that to people, they probably won't even understand what that means. But what that means is, our currency is the national currency for the world. Yeah. And if that falls, like when the last election, there was our currency fell from a AAA rating. So now that's never happened. And now our currency may even fall even further, because if our currency is so diluted, it's not going to be worth anything. Like Venezuela, like many different countries, even in the Brits, they lost everything because their currency just fell. It collapsed.
Well, that's exactly right, Thomas. So let me ask you this. Now, if you're looking at my screen here, what did this $100? I'm holding up a $100 bill.
Okay.
Was this $100 bill worth more money now, or was it worth more money in January, February of this year?
Oh, it was worth more in January.
Why?
Because, you're talking about the currency and how much you actually printed out, how much is out there. So you're looking at supply and demand, just like in your real estate market, right? Right now, real estate is hot because everybody wants to come here. So everyone's getting top dollar for it. So back in, January, there wasn't tens of trillions of dollars printed out that we just gave away for free. So now it's diluted. So you really have to look at that. And where's our debt at? So who's buying our debt? Who owns our debt? Well, I don't know if you all know, but China owns a lot of our debt. And that's why we have to be all buddy with them.
Yeah, it's interesting. It is very interesting. And if you just joined us, we're talking with Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy, in Studio B. In Studio A, we've got Brian Gordon, Tactical Society. Brian, did you want to weigh in on any of that currency talk and, some of what we were talking about there?
No, it just seems like we're going backwards, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Civil War, beans and bullets.
Yeah. It's crazy.
You may have a civil war coming up because a lot of people counter this with buying golds and silver, precious metals. Right. Of course, they're worth money, and you know what? And that's across the world. You can use that currency anywhere. Like that's why they went with bitcoins. They wanted to try something new. But however, you can't go to Publix and scrape off a little bit of your gold bar and say, "Hey, I want a loaf of bread." Right. So that's why we all talk about things why people buy ammunition right now. That's going off the shelves. If you go to almost any gun range right now, they don't have ammunition. Luckily for us, we have tons of ammunition. So people trade that as a currency. Hey, I have this much ammo. Would you trade me a car for that? Well, sure. Well, now supply and demand, ammo has gone way up in price because the supply.
Right.
Yeah. So barter is alive and well.
Barter is big.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Tampa Bay. And when you look at let's shift gears. Let's talk a little bit about marketing right now. I love to talk about marketing and success. Thomas, you've are very successful as a business owner. What are some of your secrets to success, and how long have you been in business now?
So I think the secret of success is being on the Brandon Rhymes show because he'll hook you up with a lot of people.
I paid him to say that.
I paid him to say that. No, it's really getting out there and really knowing your clientele, who you're actually marketing. And you know what? Right now, people are looking to gun stores as the last line of defense. Without these gun stores, that's why I promote people like Brian. He's not my competition. He's out there promoting the Second Amendment, your rights, what we do. What he does is protect you as security, also gets you the gear, also teaches you how to do concealed weapon permits. Yes, we do that as well. We all do that. We should all stick together in this because without these gun ranges, without these people fighting for your rights, that's the last line of defense. You're not going to be able to get ammo. You're not going to be able to get your firearms. So we want people to be able to protect themselves, not just from foreign countries, from domestic countries like us as well.
Yeah, collaborative approach. I've been talking about that for weeks, since this happened, is if we can have more of a collaborative approach as business owners, as salesmen and women, whatever your capacity is, there's all different types of stakeholders in a society and as there are in a corporation, and have that abundance mentality. I don't look at it as a scarcity mentality. I think too many people have that scarcity mentality, and that leads to bad things. Right. Brian, you want to weigh in?
No, I totally agree with you. I think there's enough money around to go around.
Absolutely.
And like Thomas said, and I also appreciate Thomas for giving me the opportunity to work inside of his range.
Yep.
Those guys and girls over there are great. But at the end of the day, it's about just being able to get out and promote yourself, and also to help your fellow other business man and woman, and to help us be able to get more customers.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you think about a marketing perspective too, Thomas is one of the best networkers I've seen in my business career, 20-year plus career in Tampa Bay. Great networker, introducing people, always looking to make connections, doing the raffle. What a cool raffle you did to raise money for the HCSO, the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. And that was interesting. Who won that raffle, Thomas?
That was like this superstar, this local celebrity. I don't know if I can mention his name, but it starts with Brandon Rhymes.
I got a call from Thomas. He's like, "Hey, did you watch the live video? They did a live drawing, and it was a raffle for." Can you explain the gun?
It's a Dan Wesson, very nice, prestigious firearm, 1911 45 ACP.
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't know how lucky you are, man, to win that.
And I just happened to win it. It was awesome. Yeah. And,
$1,400 gun.
Speaking of bartering.
Awesome gun. Yeah. That's an awesome, appreciate that. And that was really cool. But raising money for Hillsborough County Sheriff. We've had Chad Chronister on the show and talking about, back in the blue, law enforcement. We've had Pinellas County Sheriff Bob Gualtieri on the show, several mayors and things of nature. And so as far as defunding the police, Tampa Bay, have you heard or seen any of that happening here in Tampa Bay, Thomas?
Not of my knowledge. Hopefully they'll have enough common sense to come around to that, make that not happen. So what would happen? Let's say, like right now, $1 billion is going away from New York. you know what? They're going to probably just pack their bags and say, sorry, guys, we're out. You know what? You're not going to pay us. We're here getting beat up. There are bad cops. Absolutely. There are great cops that really want to, save your life. You call them, they're going to put their life on the line just to save yours. So there's bad priests, there's bad attorneys, there's bad doctors. You can't blame everybody in that department just because there is a bad guy. That if we did that, then everything would be closed down. I mean,
bad realtors. I've seen my share of bad realtors. Let me tell you.
And going back to marketing, though, that's kind of interesting. That's why, like Brian Gordon, he's a go-getter. I love the way he markets. I love the way he gets out. I learn things from him. He learns things from me.
Yep.
Hopefully, we can all do this together. So
yeah, absolutely. Stay with us. More success tips, strategies, marketing, and also protecting your Second Amendment right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes1 on Instagram and Twitter, Consumer Quarterback Show page on Facebook, as well as the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty on Facebook. And when we come back, visiting doctor rescues drowning boy at hotel pool. Stay with us. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com. You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at ConsumerQB.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show. We want to help you win in any marketplace, as we say. That's our goal on the Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace. So we do that by engaging with you. So if anything you hear about on the show today, you'd like to hear more information, reach out to our hotline, 813-670-7372, and we will help you win.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-670-7372. ConsumerQB.com is the website, ConsumerQB.com. And this segment is brought to you by the BELLEAIR Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, the beautiful BELLEAIR Beach Resort on Treasure Island, Florida. And Clyde Smith, the general manager over there, what a nice guy. Talk to him, let him know you're coming over, tell him you heard about him here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and you got special offers and incentives just by mentioning the Consumer Quarterback Show. BELLEAIR Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. A couple of hot properties, 520 George Street South. This is in the beautiful area of Tarpon Springs, Florida, and we have a waterfront beauty here. You've got a wide open water view of Lake Tarpon right here in Tampa Bay, the largest lake in all of the South Central Florida here. It's a great opportunity to own waterfront real estate right here in Tampa Bay. Wide open water views. Lake Tarpon right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. 4209 Preserve Place is another end unit condo available for us at Preserve Place here in Tampa Bay. 4209 Preserve Place is the property. Great opportunity, waterfront. Again, owner pride shining through. See all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. That's platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, in the house today, we got Brian Gordon, Tactical Society, Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy. And I'm going to go back to Brian, talk a little bit more about, on your business card. I like the message. You got Tactical Society, gear, and security. And right underneath that, what's your life worth?
Yes, that's the motto, man. That pretty much sums up everything about the services that we provide. At the end of the day, that's the question that you have to ask yourself.
Yeah, that's right. Personal and asset protective services.
Yes.
What's that?
So whether that be property, whether that be some belongings that you have that are expensive and you want someone to be able to guard it, we can do that as well.
Yeah. So is that where you're like transferring something? You're coming out?
Yeah, whether that be high end cars.
Okay.
Anything that you want someone to be able to provide security for it, we do it all.
Tactical supplies and gear.
Yes, licensed trademark. Working on 8 trademarks right now, actually. Have bulletproof book bags, bulletproof vests and carriers. So
wow,
we have a wide range of gear on my website.
That's very cool. And then back to the concealed permit. The concealed permit is a key. It's the Second Amendment that we have. Does it seem like the Second Amendment is under attack here in America?
Most definitely. And the crazy thing about it is that everybody that was against guns is, guess what? They're buying guns.
Yeah,
right.
That's
so
funny.
all of a sudden they need them.
Exactly.
Right.
They're starting to think about, wait a second.
How important it really is.
Thomas King, go ahead.
Let's see about how important it really is to protect your family.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You're seeing the riots and the mayors are saying, and a lot of times, we're not a political show here, but a lot of times it is the liberal left leaning Democratic mayors that are just they're allowing this to happen, and it's interesting to see. I'll kind of leave it at that, but what's happening? If you live in a condo building, that here's a first relationship. Okay, one of my listings went under contract. The realtor says, yeah, they were in Chicago. One of the protests affected their building, and they couldn't leave their between the protest and between the COVID situation, the Chinese virus. They couldn't leave their 800 square foot condo for a number of weeks. Imagine that, prison in your own house.
Well, imagine the worst part, that everyone breaking in. So Yeah, exactly. People trying to break in. So you have to have, that capability, the capacity to get the training. Thomas, talk a little bit why it's important as well to be trained at owning, not just owning a gun. Yeah, it's great. You could, you can teach a kid to point and shoot, or, someone to point and shoot, but you really want to know how to use that gun. Right. So that's why we're a full academy. We do 40 different types of classes. Yesterday I did the Guardian Goddesses class. It's all ladies, and they learn how to shoot tactically, shooting behind the line at a piece of paper, punching holes in it, practicing the basics. Yeah, that's great and fun and everything, but learning how to move and shoot multiple targets, moving targets, mandatory reloads, shooting in the dark, shooting under stress, shooting like home defense style, or any kind of tactical or competition style just for the sport. It's very important to learn how to do that. That's why we teach 40 different types of classes. Yeah, absolutely. 40 different classes. I've had the opportunity to go into your class. You actually trained me and my daughter to professionally and hold, load, aim, and shoot a firearm, and that was a proud moment, to see my daughter being able to learn and take in the importance of owning a gun and defending herself. And the cool part was, you couldn't wipe that smile off your face, could you? I mean, it's right. A lot of fun. You get to learn things, do cool stuff, run through rooms, shoot bad guys, bowling pins, still targets, balloons, and we time you on it, score you on it, teach you how to do it, and it becomes a huge sport at some point. And then also you can apply that towards home defense as well. Yeah, absolutely. And you look at
the importance of supporting small business, supporting small business here in Tampa Bay. I put together a couple of slides about Walmart and Amazon, how big some of these behemoth companies are becoming. If you look at Walmart and the profits and Amazon, the profits and the size of these companies, it's amazing. And then, supporting the small businesses, the small companies that we have. Rob, do you have that, by the way, that Walmart versus Amazon? I was going to talk a little bit about that. So when you look at where the traffic is going, the online marketing, the different decisions that consumers make. So look at Amazon revenue and Walmart revenue. So the most recent year was 2019. 2019 Amazon revenue was $280.5 billion compared to Walmart revenue of $514 billion, right? And then the profit out of that 280 for Amazon was 116,000. And then also the profit for Walmart was much less because they have more bricks and mortars. But if you look at that, it's interesting. And you look at where the profit has shifted and kind of the David and Goliath. But again, back to our point for the show is supporting our local economy, supporting local businesses here in Tampa Bay.
Right. The money stays here.
That's right. And it doesn't go to fuel, what Bezos
other
is
countries
gonna do. And yeah, exactly. Who knows what it's fueling, especially nowadays with all this stuff popping up about Wayfair and pedophilia and just it's interesting. It's such an interesting time that we live in, and the misinformation that's out there. You really got to fact check, and look and see where you're getting your information from.
Well, a lot of the information is not getting put out there because everyone is terrified. You may have the Yakuza coming after you and your family if you say something bad on the media about what's going on at all this pedophilia, all the slavery and kids right now, and it's just amazing, and people are terrified to say anything.
Yeah, and you look at the Epstein. I watched that documentary. You see the different things out there. Brian, your take on any of this?
No, I watched that documentary too, man. It was scary.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You got
and then
powerful man, right?
Yeah, man.
Now and you had Bill Clinton, all those different people visiting that island, and then now the shift has gone to Gayleen or whatever the girl's name is.
Because she has proof now.
Exactly. So now you hear, both presidential candidates are probably being friendly to her because who knows where that could end up going.
Right. That's worth $1 gazillion in itself right there. You know what the scariest part of this whole part with the Epstein was? If you really think about it, everyone knows he didn't kill himself, right? But a government official paid someone to kill this guy.
Exactly.
That's our government doing that. Getting away with murder, it happens all the time.
Yeah, covering it up, making it look like the suicide. Exactly. And you see those types of stories happening, all the time, more and more. And then there's, the good side of things. I see, one of my mentors, Tony Robbins, I mentioned I've been to his business mastery course, taught in Namale, Fiji, a true force for good in the community. I read or listened to one of his podcasts. He partnered up with some former Secret Service and folks that were in high-level military intelligence, and now they have founded an organization where they actually sting and do kind of like We Catch the Predator type deal, where you see that show. Yeah, and he's catching high-level people. They're setting up trades, or they're intercepting people. So there's good out there as well. So we don't mean to be all doom and gloom here today, but we're talking about some serious stuff here. We're talking about owning a gun, protecting your home. Concealed permit carry, private security if you need it. Right. We're talking about that for a reason here, guys. That's why we're doing it here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So stay with us. When we come back, we're going to summarize this all up, bring it back to how you as a consumer can impact yourselves, your family's life, protect the family, protect that Second Amendment. Is so important to turn out for voting, of course, in November. That's the major thing you want to do. And feel-good story of the day coming up as well is a real good one. It's got a visiting doctor rescues drowning boy at a hotel pool. Stay with us. Consumer Quarterback Show. Check out consumerqb.com.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group. And you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. I'm Brandon Rhymes, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace, helping you win in your real estate deals, buying, selling, or investing. We would love to talk to you. My wife, Lindsay, and I own and operate a top 1% real estate team here in Tampa Bay. Recently featured again in Florida Realtor Magazine. That is the real estate magazine for all of Florida real estate. We were recognized again as a marketing leader, creative ways to brand your real estate company, your real estate business. I'm also a certified negotiation expert. I actually teach negotiation and branding at both of the realtor boards here in Tampa Bay. That's the GTAR and also the PRO, the Pinellas Realtor Organization. So we'd love to help you with your buying, selling, or investing. And also we talk about RED, Remember Everyone Deployed. We're helping out all of our military veterans, first responders, doctors, or teachers, and nurses as well when it comes to real estate, giving you discounts on that as well. 422 Wildwood Way. Got a hot property here in Tampa Bay, 422 Wildwood Way in Tampa Bay. This is BELLEAIR. You're surrounded by multiple pro-style golf courses and just minutes to the beach. And this beautiful two-story property at 422 Wildwood Way in BELLEAIR, Florida. Also, 8325 West Hillsborough Avenue. Here's a great opportunity for a business owner to invest in the asset column of your business. Rather than throwing away money to rent every single month, invest into the asset column of your business by purchasing and operating your business out of this 8325 West Hillsborough Avenue in Tampa. By the way, you can bring your dog to work. You can come in at your whatever hours you want. You don't have to work into, if you're working in one of those big business complexes where you have, limitations. Great opportunity right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Check out all of our listings, platinummvpteam.kw.com. Segment's brought to you by Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. That's Brothers Easy Moving, and they can help you with local or long-distance moves, packing, junk hauling, and more. Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And check them out online. Every day we're going to tell you something positive here in our feel-good story of the day. We're going to tell you something good. Tell me something good. All right, so talk about being in the right place at the right time. This is a doctor that was vacationing, and so the visiting doctor that rescues a drowning boy at a hotel pool. So a New York doctor who was in the right place at the right time revived a 3-year-old boy who was drowning at a hotel pool in New Jersey. Police said Dr. John Blundell was staying at the Courtyard Marriott in Montville, and he witnessed an unresponsive boy pulled from the hotel's pool, rather, and he performed CPR, revived the child. First responders arrived, and what a great day for the parents. Can you imagine your kid being in that capacity, and then the doctor coming out? So the child was rushed to Valley Hospital at Ridgewood, where he's treated and released. So there's your feel-good story of the day. Every day, we're telling you something positive here in a feel-good story on the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we're going to jump into our lightning round here. We got our expert contributors in studio. Brian Gordon, representing Tactical Society, official tacticalsociety.com, as well as Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy, here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Let's jump into our lightning round. We're going to have some top tips, nuggets of advice, and words of wisdom for you here in our lightning round.
The lightning round!
I am so good at lightning rounds!
I majored in lightning rounds.
All right, here we go. Brian Gordon, top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom, sir.
Be in a position to take care of your friends, your family, and your loved ones. We are in a time where being ready is no longer an option. It is a necessity. Get your concealed weapon permitting. If you need that, we have that at Tactical Society Gear and Security. You need bulletproof gear. We also have that as well. If you need anything regarding security of your home or your property, please give us a call. Let us help you. What's your life worth?
Yeah, I like that. I need to get that clip for that one song it was where it says Rough Riders mount up or whatever. Remember? Secure your property, protecting your property too, man. I need to get that clip.
Baby.
That would have been perfect right there. Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy.
Thanks. I want to give a special thanks to Brian Gordon and what he does for the Second Amendment and the community. So thanks a lot, Brian. And what we do is we're Florida Firearms Academy. We have 20 different instructors, 40 different types of classes. How do you get a hold of us? At FFATampa.com or give us a call at 813-221-FIRE.
All right, Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Realty. I also teach negotiation. I'm a certified negotiation expert, so I'm going to give you 4 quick tips to help you win in negotiation. And here's the first tip is that you're in a negotiation every day. whether you know it or not. You're negotiating with a lot of different things you do. So why not learn negotiation strategies? Number one is to create harmony. You know, want to enter every negotiation that you have, whether it's your wife, a loved one, a relative, a counterpart where you're negotiating a deal. But did you know that studies show that you're 31% smarter by simply smiling? And you're smiling through the phone, if you're on the phone or on a Zoom, just by smiling, you're 31% smarter, and you're also in a positive state. And what's going to happen is you're going to have more mental agility. The term is mental agility, used by Chris Voss. Emphatic listening. Even Stephen Covey talked about it. Emphatic listening. Listening not with the intent to reply, but truly listening to understand what exactly the other person is meaning and what they're talking. And by the way, the FBI, I learned this from Chris Voss, former FBI hostage negotiator and guest of the show. The FBI uses 3 to 5 backup listeners whenever they're negotiating with their counterparts or, terrorists or kidnappers across the world. So interesting take there. Powerful questions. You want to ask open-ended, powerful, probing questions, okay? You want to ask questions so that way you can elicit a response from your counterpart. Now, what are those questions going to do? They're going to give you clues and tells. They're going to lead you, and hopefully, if you're asking the right questions, you're going to lead your counterpart where you want them to go. They're going to lead them. When we first entered into this deal, what did you have in mind? When somebody's trying to renegotiate a deal with you or something along those lines, right? So understand the motivation, where they're coming from. So ask powerful questions is number 3. And then number 4 is simple, but it really, sometimes you think about it. It happens to me in real estate sometimes. You want to make sure you're pitching the proper party and you're talking to the complete party. Sometimes in business, you make a conversation, you make a deal with person A, only to find out, well, he's not the decision maker. Person B, or the business partner, is the actual decision maker. So make sure you start off by talking to the entire party and asking those probing questions to find out, who is all involved with making a decision here. So those are 4 quick tips. We got lots of other strategies when it comes to negotiation, but we'd love to help you with your buying, selling, or investing. Or if you're a realtor and you want to learn more about joining our team, we can talk to you about that as well. PlatinumMVPTeam.kw.com is where you want to check out. All right, let's do another round here. Brian Gordon's in the house. Tactical Society. What's another tip or some parting words of wisdom?
Again, I'm just big on being able to have the proper gear that you need. Bulletproof vests right now, and bags are really, I feel like, are something that's paramount that should be in every home, because of the high influx of crime, right? So yeah. I feel like you should be able to be in position to be able to protect yourself, and why not have something that can help protect you? Yeah,
and what do you think is the reason why less people have it? They just don't know about it, or maybe is it somewhat cost prohibitive? What's the cost for an average?
It's definitely not cheap. But I think, again, what's your life worth to you?
Yeah.
Right. It ranges from around $250 to $400. You can get it from a level 3 to a level 4 vest. This depends
save
on
your life. That's nothing.
Right.
Yeah. So Thomas, what would be a position where you have a bulletproof vest? Obviously, if you're going into, serve a warrant as a police officer or some situation there, what would be a position where a private individual would want to have one, or they're not going to wear it every day, are they?
Do you live in the world we live in today? You could have one. You could wear a light vest one all the time if you want. It's up to you, but what's your life worth? That's the catchphrase, and it should stick.
What's your life worth, baby?
I was also thinking too, hey, if you do have an intruder situation, your alarm goes on, you keep a vest right next to your bed, throw the vest on real quick, grab the shotgun, grab your
right, and he sells. You got backpacks too with plates in them as well,
yeah,
right?
Even for the kids, the parents
lightweight.
that you send your kids off to school.
Good point.
Why not have a little added sense of security there? You sending your kids off, and think about the stuff that we buy for our kids. Xboxes. You spend $200, $300 easy for an Xbox 360, and you can spend $150, $200 on something that can make sure your kid gets back home.
Wow, right. You just sold me, dude. You just sold me on that.
No, they're
I'm
great.
going to buy one.
And they're lightweight. You don't even know they're there.
$150, you can buy a backpack for your kid.
Yes.
And then worst case scenario, the school shooting happens. All they have to do is kind of shield their face and their neck and their heart. And
yes.
Wow. Sold. I want one. Yeah. I mean, these are things that most people don't understand about. They don't understand that these are available. It's an available option. Some schools, they would limit backpacks, but I hear this time, and that's another big debate right now in the country is, oh, well, schools open, will they not? How about the way that Pinellas County's handling? I actually like what Pinellas County, we have 3 options. You can go to school traditionally, and that was my, pick for my, each kid's going to be different, right? Go to school traditionally, wear a mask, the kids stay in one room, and the teachers move from room to room.
Wow.
Less moving around,
Right.
less opportunity for transmission. The second option is a virtual option, of course. You can have a virtual option with a teacher. And, and then there's a third option, which I think is very similar. It's a virtual option, but without the teacher in the room, and, something along, it's kind of a self-paced type deal. But why not have that, mentality of it? Not everything in this country has to be black or white, yes or no.
Options.
It can be options.
Right.
I love how Pinellas County handled this.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah, it's a great way to do it, man.
That's why, we sell Tactical Society gear in our store at Florida Firearms Academy, and there is a vast variety of options for bags. And when we say bags, we mean like gun-toting bags. You can put your ears, your eyes, your ammo, all your supplies in there, your firearms, and carry it around, or tactical bags, rifle bags, backpacks, backpacks with plates in them. That's variety and options.
Absolutely. I like it. I like it a lot.
And they're all affordable.
They are.
Very
That's why
affordable.
we carry them.
Nice.
Very
I like it.
affordable.
Yeah,
but good
I mean,
stuff.
to me, to me as a dad, thinking about $150, backpack for my kid to go to school, have that extra added layer of potential. Think about the shooting that happened, Columbine, the one in what was it, down in South Florida. If a couple of those kids would have had it, they could have shielded themselves. And kids can get into a small little ball.
Right.
So I imagine that's the strategy: is hold that backpack up. Cover your neck, your heart, your head as much as you can.
Absolutely. There's videos on how to protect yourself like that.
Hey, another great show. Hey, I want to thank our expert contributors, Brian Gordon. Thanks so much, my man. Appreciate you
Thanks for
coming in.
having me.
Thomas King, as always, a pleasure, sir.
My
and
pleasure.
visit Florida Firearms Academy as well. Go say hello to Thomas and his team over there, and all of our expert contributors as well at consumerqb.com. As we always end our show, we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another and be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time